of the England manager here to be equal to a most precarious climb up a vertical ladder at the back of this stand, which has brought us up to this elevated commentary position. But it wasn't anything like the dramatic climb of Wimbledon Football Club over the last decade. 10 years ago, they were a Southern League team, and today they meet Everton more or less as equals as the glamour of the FA Cup comes to this corner of southwest London. And although this week's backcloth of rumour and speculation about ground sharing and amalgamation may indeed lead to a move from Plough Lane, you can never take away from Wimbledon one of the most unlikely achievements in the history of the game. Now let's just check on their team today. There's a change at number 6 where Mark Morris comes back after 4 months out of the side to replace the suspended Andy Thorne, and the whole team costs just £160,000. And contrast that, if you will, with Everton, whose side was assembled for something like 3.4 million. With Sharp and Sheedy again ruled out by injury. The overnight doubt was Peter Reid, who's had a groin strain, but he's been past fit, and to Bobby Robson, since I last saw him, he seems to have dyed his hair.
Yes, he's certainly done that. I hardly recognise him. The last time I saw Peter, he was wearing a trilby, so he's gone in for these unique hair gear.
And Everton start from right to left, and they themselves swing a long ball from the kickoff. That was a foul by Sanchez on Gary Stevens. So Dave Watson has made his way forward for the free kick to be taken by Stevens. That was Watson. Wilkinson. Vinnie Jones half away. There's Reid. And is that offside? It is. Snowden was caught. There goes Fashanu. Didn't quite run for Morris. It may do for Fairweather. He's got Winterburn in support for the throw. This is Morris. Fashanu's pulled away beyond Vanden Houw, and he got the volley in, and Southall came to meet it, and Sayer went in with Hodges. Sayer got in on Fashanu's volley, which I think may have been meant as a shot, but it certainly gave Neville Southall a problem, Bobby.
It's a good job Watson was in there, sort of contesting that ball, otherwise it could have been a goal there. He'll be, I should think, a little bit sorry and a bit disappointed in missing that. That was a fair chance.
Trevor Steven. Little touch for Heath. Good position for Adrian Heath. The goalkeeper's had it. Wilkinson's in the middle. It's a goal for Everton. Wilkinson the scorer, and Everton caught them out, ironically, with a long ball. It found Heath, he went round Dave Besant, and from then on it was a matter of whether the defenders on the line could stop Wilkinson. And the answer, quite emphatically, as he went up with Sanchez, was no. 4th minute of the match. Heath goes round the goalkeeper here, and as the ball comes in, Wilkinson gets up, and Everton are in front. And for Dave Bassett, the sparkling young manager of Wimbledon, with his hands folded there in the red tracksuit top, that was not the start he wanted. Stephen. Heath. Stephen is coming through again. Had to be quick there, Wimbledon. It's Gale battling away, he's lost it. Heath. And this is the sort of start, Bobby, that Everton would have been looking for.
Yes, indeed, very confident, very strong down the right-hand side, aren't they, Everton, with the two Stevens and Peter Reid.
It's a free kick to them. Foul by Sayer on Watson. This is Fairweather for Wimbledon. Not doing themselves justice at the moment. This is Trevor Steven in space, 4 waiting in the centre for the cross. And there's Paul Power, and Heath got a touch to it. It's headed the wrong way there by Carlton Fairweather. This is Gale, only to Snowden. On by Jones, Fashanu. Hodges, handball was it, Ratcliffe. Now then, a free kick to Wimbledon, only a few yards outside the area. It's played for Winterburn to shoot. Through the crowd, what a good save! International goalkeeping by Neville Southall from Nigel Winterburn. Corner, though, to Wimbledon, and they're good at these as well. Sayer couldn't reach it. Sanchez could. Now Sayer. And away by Gary Stevens. Wimbledon now beginning to settle a little after an uneasy start, and certainly bringing the best out of the Welsh international goalkeeper in that last attack from the free kick. He'd hardly had anything to do, Neville Southall, but what an important save that might prove to be. We'll see Howard Kendall in the second row back there. Won't be displeased with the way things have gone so far. Sanchez. And it's a corner to Wimbledon. Now, what would normally happen here is that the right back, Kevin Gage, would go across and swing this in with his right foot. And John Fashanu is just trotting into the 6-yard area now. Onto the line, in fact. And up he went. Back in by Hodges, and a touch saved by Fairweather. Oh, how did they keep it out? Terrific defending. Let's have another look at it anyway.
Yes, I think he said it with his legs first. Yes.
With his legs. And then a good block there by Snowden, I think,
yes,
coming off the line from Fairweather. Vanden Hauwe on Fashanu, and with 5 minutes to go in the first half, Wimbledon have more opportunity from a free kick. Flicked on by Sayer. Here comes Fairweather. That's going to be another corner. Fashanu, Fairweather! Oh, it's almost off the line again, and I think it was Snowden once more. Back in by Hodges. Ian Snowden on that left-hand post is acting as a second goalkeeper. And it's all happening from corners here, Bobby.
Well, that's their dangerous ploy. There isn't any doubt about it that Fashanu is very difficult to handle in the air.
Certainly Wimbledon have dominated the territorial play for some time. Here's Fashanu. Now he's got Sayer in the middle. Stevens to beat, and Stevens brings him down. Penalty! A penalty to Wimbledon. Well, John Fashanu, the player who went down, Gary Stevens, the defender, who I think gave away the penalty at Oxford last week when there was a bit of a protest. He comes in here and, well, there was contact. Whether you'd call it an intentional foul, you can debate at home while we just deal with the kick. And the penalty taker here is Kevin Gage, the right back, who last week against Charlton cracked one low in the corner to the goalkeeper's right, or the left as we look. And I just wonder how much Neville Southall knows about that. This is a vital kick for Wimbledon. And he went that way, saved, and it's gone in, yes! Hodges following up with Gage. And Wimbledon have equalised. Southall went the right way. He saved it. And Hodges came in, and that's 1-1. And I have to say, it was deserved in respect of how much of the game they'd had in that last 20 minutes or so. And Fashanu, as Bobby Robson said, was the man who was causing the trouble. And he won that penalty, if you can call it that, and got Wimbledon back in the game at such a vital psychological time. Ratcliffe. This is Hodges. Gage. Jones. Fair weather. There's a space here. And Fashanu was hoping he could have pulled that further across. Trevor Stephen. Reed. And well played. Stevens. That's played long and a good-looking ball to Paul Power. Snowden's in the centre and so is Wilkinson. Power picks out Stephen and he finds Reed. And this is Stephen with a chance. And Fairweather got it past the post before Power could close in. The goal was gaping from Adrian Heath's cross into Trevor Stephen's path. Corner to be taken by Stephen. Power. Snowden. Can they stay onside? He's looking for Reed. Good tackle by Nigel Winterburn. And a good ball too, looking for Sayer, but Ratcliffe will read it. Quarter of an hour gone in the second half. Wimbledon 1, Everton 1. Up goes the kick from Dave Besant, and down it comes on Fairweather's head, and Sayer is in here. It's Sayer, good stop. Fashanu for Wimbledon. It's a goal. They're in front. John Fashanu scores, and Everton look at each other and looked anything but the First Division leaders when that happened. Sayer ran on and was allowed to get behind by Watson. Southall made the save, and then Fashanu just looked up and picked his spot. And the unlikely is happening here. Wimbledon are in the lead in this cup tie for the first time. Southall saved from Sayer, and then Fashanu looked up and was perhaps surprised. Oh, actually, it clipped the heels of Dave Watson as it went in. And Howard Kendall, what does he do now, Bobby?
Well, it's all in the hands of the players, I'm afraid. There's very little he can do. He can obviously make some substitutions, but he's obviously put his best team out first anyway. They've lost it in midfield, to be fair, Everton, and Everton just can't get the ball.
Fashanu. Winterburn. Good header out by Watson. Stephen. Winterburn. Sayer, a chance. Hodges! No! Offside! Somebody else offside! No, it won't count. The flag went up, and one of the other forwards was standing in an offside position, I think, when Glyn Hodges scored, or thought he'd scored, what would have been number 3. And if you look at it carefully, watch the player who didn't come back. Fashanu, Sayer! Sayer! Yes, it's there! It's 3-1, and surely they've done it now! Andy Sayer. And Wimbledon carve another huge hole in the Everton defence, and maybe carve another niche in history. They had Ratcliffe stretching again, and Sayer drove it past Southall. And Howard Kendall's great run in the FA Cup may be over. Wilkinson, Heath, and Wilkinson's on for a chance here for Everton. Good save by Besant. Pulled upon there to protect the 2-goal margin. Well, this man will be on the front page, or certainly on the back page of many newspapers tomorrow morning. The face of John Fashanu, and possibly the face of Cup glory. There he is again. Sayer. Oh, good Everton, well saved. Hodges, who's just challenged Southall again with his foot up, was the player who was hoping for a rebound chance there. And there's the face of a man who may be waving goodbye to the FA Cup, where he's enjoyed so many glorious moments these last 3 years. History is made here at Plough Lane. Wimbledon Football Club are through to the 6th round of the FA Cup for the first time in their history.
Well, Everton got over that disappointment by going on to win the league title, whereas Wimbledon stayed up, and no doubt that experience stood them in good stead when they beat Liverpool famously at Wembley just over a year later.